Okay, mate. So LTC, interesting. Yeah, where's it going to go down to? It's been a little bit stronger than, we knew it was strong, and we've been talking about it being strong for a long time, and it was leading the market for different times. But obviously, it never came back down and filled any of this candle, which, now it's not very good that it hasn't done. Well, I mean, it's not that it's not very good. I mean, you can see here, this open candle took, there's a weekly time frame. It took many weeks. Well, I suppose we filled it here, right? This one did get filled a little bit. This one is opened, right? So this one at the bottom is also opened, and you can see that it never got filled. So maybe the fact that it's not getting filled, and you can see the big move, well, maybe this will not get filled, right? That's just the way. Like there's nothing 100% successful in the market. The market is mostly random, but if there's liquidity there, most of the time they do come back for it at some point. You can see, large wick here, large wick here. This is the liquidity grab of the wick, so it doesn't need to be filled, and it went higher, but yeah, it came back later and filled it here. So here you could say is filling the liquidity of over here. Maybe it's also that bullish weekly stop hunt, probably a bullish monthly and bullish 2-week stop hunt as well. That is probably, like if I just go to the 2-week, you can see it's a bullish 2-week stop hunt. This left at a large open wick. That's probably why it didn't fill, because of the stop hunt and the strength coming off the stop hunt. A little bit like here. It did fill though. See this did fill, but this stop hunted there, and then we got the big move up. But this was also, as you can see, probably a monthly bullish stop hunt, and that is why they haven't filled. But in saying that, you have to think that there should be some fill at least on a new month. There's 7 days left, right? So it's unusual for this to just keep going and not even fill the weekly wick, the 2-week wick, or the monthly wick, right? So we have to start thinking now that, okay, it's been strong, it's been good, it's stronger than we thought, but there should be some sort of fill here, right? I don't like buying it there. If you're buying it here and you want some exposure, buy a third of a position or something. That's the way I would do it if I was really wanting to get on. Buy a third here, but be willing to add another third here, and then be willing to add another third down here, and that'll give you an average, somewhere down in the middle. But it also protects you, from buying it all up here. But it also protects you in case it's going to continue to run without you. So there's no problem having nibbles into it if you have a plan, if you really want on board. It's been a very good coin. It's been very strong. I would like to see some fill of this wick. So, but just what I would like to see doesn't matter anything. You can see there's a large wick here, but it took 2 or 3 weeks to fill it here. But it filled down in the center point here, and then you got, you move back up to the top of the range, right? So that's still a great trade, right? That's a 40% bounce. So even if if you got a fill down here, if you averaged in and your average fill was there, that's still a 40% bounce back to the highs, back to the top of the range, just like it was back here. This doesn't look like much, but you can make a lot of money on something like that if you plan it and execute successfully, of course. So there's no problem having a little bit of exposure if you really want it in, but you need to be prepared to buy lower. Otherwise, you just have to wait and start building a position into a dip in here somewhere. I mean, I'm drawing there in the 50% region. You can see, just for example, the 50% region of this wick is where it came back to as well, and that it is a normal place to come back to. Yeah, it went down further here, and some people might have got faked out on that and closed the position, but you can see then, that if you bought 50% into the wick and even added a little bit lower, you are buying into a, unfortunately it's a large range now. That becomes a problem. But don't buy everything all at once, and be willing to build a position as it comes back into this area, if it comes back into this area, right? Maybe it'll fail here and come back down, before I actually meant to go a little bit lower there. Maybe there'll be two lows there, like it did here before moving up, but this later failed. The market is now in a better position to try and go higher. This is a real breakout potentially. So because that's a real breakout, well, we need to be watching, you know, this level here very, very carefully, and you can see what that is. I mean, you kind of want to see that level holding to go higher again. If I just take the POC on, the POC is way lower now. So the POC is, now we need to be looking for a potential new POC of the range, and is there's your level. It's right there. So I would suggest focusing just above the point of control there, at the white line that I drew, and that is a 107 level is a very, very good entry point. It may pierce below that into the point of control and stuff, but you'd have to imagine that that is going to be a good support level if we come back into it. Quantitative tightening is finishing. There's a lot of fundamental news coming out for crypto. Trump, obviously the deregulation, the strategic reserve all around the world, crypto assets and the banks. You know, the banks are trying to create stable coins to potentially allow doors into the crypto industry. There's so many good fundamental things on the horizon now that we've never seen before. So it's getting extremely interesting. You know, things have been beat down. This has been stronger, but things have been beat down, and you know, if all goes well, there could be huge upside in this market. Hopefully the stock market holds up. It's at new all-time highs now as well. If they reintroduce proper quantitative easing, you know, it could be a big help for this market as well. And if interest rates get dropped, you know, there might be nothing stopping this market from skyrocketing. Of course, all that plan needs to come together, but so far we're seeing good signs of it. It's obviously taking its time. So anyway, mate, I'll cut this off here. That is just some thoughts on it. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it plays out. But yeah, dips into this area do look like good buys. So far, this looks like a real breakout. It's been leading most of the market, so hopefully it continues to lead. And yeah, I hope you're well. Some alerts going off there.